Coming up right now, an angry customer turns on a car dealership before having second thoughts.
Also coming up, the chickenpox party trend you might be a part of even without an invitation.
A little bit later on, we're going to give you a sneak peek at the future of commercial air travel. Find out what airline is actually reaching for the stars.
Daily Flash starts right now. Get on board.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea Jackson.
I am Mitch English. This is Daily Flash. Hallelujah. We are gathered here today with Sweet Baby James controlling the floor.
Yes, I am. You know, I'm carrying a few things too.
What's in the bag today, quickly?
Quickly, Magnum.
Magnum?
Yeah, it's not the one you shoot, though. It's the one that catches.
Wow.
Thanks for
Good night, everybody.
Who writes?
Enjoy. Take the soup. Good night.
Do you understand that?
Yeah, I did.
It was what you thought it was.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you thought it was.
Yeah.
Now, Matt, we're going to probably say a lot of bad things, much like that.
A lot of that ends up on our social media, which you can go on and check out where you can get the links at our website, dailyflashshow.com. You can also send us comments about what you think is in James' bag at flash@dailyflashshow.com. And then I'm going to have a new preview review up soon because the new Happy Gilmore 2 trailer just dropped. So I'll have that up, a comment on that in a bit too.
All right, Matt.
Very
And of course,
good.
Matt's got some fun stuff later on in the show as well. And
Cheetos.
We have an appointment with HR, or at least James does.
I'm just going to continue to scrape the bottom of
Please
the barrel.
do. Please.
Oh, we're
some say you get the flavor there.
Yeah.
Andrea, we're licking the bottom at this point.
Hey, one could say that, or one might not say that. All right, Meghan Trainor.
That's the singer, right?
All about that bass.
No. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so she
Both,
has
yeah. Yeah, okay.
she's come out and talked about the bathroom habits that she shares with her husband. She says the two of them have two toilets side by side, and they use the restroom together as a
No.
way to bond.
What is wrong with you?
No.
Look, when I go to the hotel, I go use the lobby bathroom.
This is the thing. Me too. Oh my gosh, I did the same thing.
Thank you.
100%.
My wife thinks I'm nuts,
No.
but I'm like, you don't want this. I'm going to the lobby.
I
That's
agree.
so funny.
Go
That
to the
is-
lobby.
Yeah, wow,
Yes.
that's okay. I thought I was the only one.
This brought up an interesting conversation about how having separate bathrooms actually saves relationships. Now, Meghan Trainor says it's actually brought them closer together. How, I don't know, but you know what? Different strokes for
Are
different
they
folks.
side by side or are they across from each other so they're staring
side by
at each other?
side,
while they're...
and they hold hands.
Oh, no.
She
Okay.
says they
What?
hold hands and sit side by side.
Saturday-
And they're on the same cycle, she says, or
that's even
schedule.
worse. I don't
Yes.
want to know that. Okay, Saturday Night Live used to have this fake commercial where it was the dual toilet. And,
I don't remember
oh my
this.
gosh, you can Google it. So basically, you would sit like this,
Okay.
and then and it was like this close to each other. And
No.
it was a
That's
joke.
what I mean,
right?
staring at each other in the eye.
Google it. Yes,
Yeah.
and that was the joke that they had said.
Oh.
Now, there's also research that says that if you, which I think is disgusting, if you pass gas in front of your
Yes.
significant, that means you have a closer relationship. Which to me, it pushes you away because.
Yes. You boys think it brings us all closer together, but I would beg to differ.
All right.
Yes.
And then that is the one thing. I have my own bathroom.
Yes. Yep.
Liza has her own bathroom
Same.
as well.
yeah.
Yep.
Matt, you have
Yep,
your same
yep,
bathroom?
Yep. Uh-huh.
Matt, he has to go to a hotel. He leaves the
I
house
leave the house and I go to the Holiday Inn down the street, okay? 7:30 every morning.
every day. They're like,
day.
"Hey, doing, Matt?" He picks up some
My
coffee.
wife thought I was nuts when we first got together. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go. She goes, where do you go every time? I'm like, you don't want
You don't
this,
want
babe. I'm saving you.
See, I think that at least it leaves a little mystery, and there are
thank you.
certain moments, there are certain parts of a
you.
relationship that do not need to be shared, and it is my opinion that is one of them. That separate spaces actually can save relationships, because if you maybe I think when people see their partner in that kind of atmosphere,
Compromising position.
it dulls the romance.
I mean, I gotta kick my cat out sometimes.
There's certain faces I never want to see in and that is like one of them, right?
I mean,
I agree with you, Paul.
In addition to the faces and the maybe the
Yeah,
sounds and the
everything.
sights and the smells.
Yes, I don't even get it out of my
I know.
head.
There are other things in having a separate bathroom that can save relationships for the long haul. You know, when we talk about the toilet paper, do you like it up, or down,
right,
right?
yeah.
So you don't have to have that conversation. The toothpaste on the countertop, if you have separate vanities, it helps. The way the whole bathroom is organized, you might be neat, she might be messy. You guys have your own space. And again, saves relationships.
You probably are not surprised at this, but I have more products in my bathroom than she does in hers. I mean, because
Actually, no, that did not
Eliza
surprise
is
me.
a very natural stuff
Yeah.
and all that and that sort of thing. But mine goes from I had to buy stuff for the shower to start keeping stuff in the shower.
Organized, yes.
That much. So. You can't share a bathroom like that, folks.
I agree with you, but Megan Trainor says it works for her.
If it
and
works for her,
husband.
fine.
They're in sync. They parent together, so they bring their child into the restroom.
Yeah, you
when
should
they-
follow their Instagram. They're a little weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's potty
It's
time.
child abuse. Yes. That is child abuse.
And I just wonder
It's all
how.
about that base, apparently, and that base is very. Yeah.
What do you want, 2 years for the relationship?
Yes, I give it that.
2
Yeah,
years, maybe.
100%.
And that's the higher end, right?
All right, so Liz, who works behind the scenes here, it's called the Love Toilet. Is what I was talking about Saturday Night Live. Google the Love
the
Toilet.
Love
So you can see what
Toilet.
I'm talking about. This is exactly what I see them doing.
But if you look at the picture of their toilets, they are side by side. So it'd be like us sitting here and holding hands.
No,
Yeah.
no, and that don't touch my hand.
know, right?
What are you doing
You gotta wash
that?
your hands in between.
Right? That's disgusting. Let's move forward. It's the age of rage, and no one is safe. A car dealership in Southern California, the latest victim. A customer was upset after receiving a disappointing trade-in offer on his SUV. So he walked out of the dealership, got back in his car, and in a moment of rage, there's what he did. He drove right through the front doors. He managed to knock down walls, furniture, while making it to the other side of the building. 8 people were hurt. 8 people were hurt. 25-year-old Andrew Aurora then drove himself to the LA Police Department, where he turned himself in. This is happening more and more. I think we had a case in Utah where the same thing happened. This is like the third story where people are just running through the car dealerships thinking that that's going to get a better value for their car.
I don't get this age of rage we're living in, and I blame social media for a lot of it, because I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, well, I'll get this on video and then I'll bring my social media numbers up, and it's sort of like reality TV on
True.
steroids. I hate it.
Somebody had it on camera there
Yeah.
as well. It all starts with people sharing bathrooms. I'm telling you, that's what it's all. Right?
It does. I'm with you on that one. The latest parenting party trend involves chickenpox, and you don't even need an invitation to get infected. This is crazy. One woman was shocked to find out about the intention behind these so-called secret gatherings. A concerned mom shared info about a group of parents who brought their children together to a center to spread chickenpox. They believed it was best to expose their kids early and get it over with, but they didn't bother telling anyone else at the indoor play park about it. Experts advise against chickenpox parties, saying that the risk far outweighs any perceived benefits.
And you know what? That happened to me in middle school. My mom won't confess to it, but a parent sent a kid to her class with chickenpox.
With it.
With it. We all caught it. I'm like, where's the outrage? Oh, you'll be okay. Just get through it. And she wasn't mad. She
Okay,
wasn't upset at
now,
all.
if we change the name of chickenpox and call it what it really is, herpes, no, which it is. No, it is. Google it. I'm not
It's
making
herpes?
Yeah, it's herpes.
Yeah.
So if you
Oh, my
said,
gosh.
all right, I'm going to send my kid to school with herpes, you absolutely would not do it, right?
No, you would not.
And chickenpox stays with you for the rest of your life.
Yes.
And then when you get old like us, you wind up getting shingles from it. So, and maybe I can understand, because like when I was younger, same thing. They used to have these parties and just get it over with, everybody all at
I
once.
remember, yep.
But we're also spreading it out. I think COVID taught us at least something about stuff like
Yeah.
that,
Yeah,
about
herpes.
communicable diseases.
Right.
But if you've had chickenpox, folks, you got herpes. Just telling you.
Well, what if you got herpes? Do you have chickenpox?
And here's Matt. He goes, I got to write that one down now. I got to add that one to the list.
Add that to the thing when I tell my doctor.
I tell you that. Yeah,
I've
but it's
never-
a small case. So.
Okay, yeah, but I remember the chickenpox
100%.
parties growing up, and that was the thing. It's just like, well, get all the kids together. They all have chickenpox at one time. We'll get it over with.
And you can understand why, especially if you come from a larger family. But again, you are passing along a communicable disease that,
Yeah.
again, will be with James. Like you said, kid came to school. He has it now. You're connected to that kid in some way.
You are. That is
think
true.
about it.
And then as an adult, I guess the shingles, like you had mentioned, is something that
It's
could
extremely painful.
resurface
Right.
at some point.
It stays in your spinal cord.
Yeah.
That's why it comes from.
And
in
is
the
it
shingles.
is it stress induced?
It's
the
a lot of it
shingles?
stress induced. You get hives from it. If you ever have hives, that's basically from the same
Yes.
thing. It wipes you out for sure. Hey,
Golly.
good idea or bad idea, these chickenpox parties. We'd love to hear from you. Flash at dailyflashshow.com. You can go to our website. There is a sound off button there where you could reach out as well.
And if you share bathrooms, let us know.
Share bathrooms.
What
That's
do you
the
think
bigger
about the
question.
bathroom sharing?
I'd
Yay or
love to hear
nay?
about that.
Me too. Stay with us. We're back right after this.
Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. This is really inspirational to all of us. Born with spinal bifida, 17-year-old Charlie Cooper is currently U.S. and Australian Open boys wheelchair tennis champion. He now joins us from his home in Palm Springs, California. Tell us a little bit about his story and his great things. Charlie, welcome to the show. Congratulations on your recent Grand Slam singles titles. That's amazing.
Hi, it's awesome to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Just looking over, just seeing what you've already accomplished, as I said, very inspirational. I want to start back a little bit about your tennis career. Tell us how it all started.
Yeah, so growing up, I never played tennis, never really played sports, walking with leg braces my whole life. It wasn't until I found a kid at a guitar shop with spina bifida, which is the same disability I was born with, and he told me and my mom about a winter tennis clinic here at the Indian Wells Tennis Garden, 2 minutes from my house, and I gave it a shot one Friday. Kept going from there with the same coach I have now named Coach Dwayne. And I had to learn how to push a chair, learn how to hit a tennis ball. It was all new for me, but
Wow.
this was the dream that I found, and it helps me play professional sports as I didn't think I could before.
Again, very inspirational. For those that are not familiar with spinal bifida is, can you explain a little bit what it is?
Yeah, spina bifida is a birth defect in the spine. It's very common, especially in adaptive sports. You see many kids with spina bifida, and for me, the doctors told me I wouldn't be able to walk as, below my knees, I couldn't feel anything and there wasn't too much muscle growth. And it was a miracle 2 years later, I was able to walk with leg braces. And, many kids around the world aren't able to walk with this disability, and it comes in all different forms. So I think that's what's special, and anyone can play sports.
I want to say that. Was the sports that actually kind of give you a drive? Like, listen, I might have this, but it's not going to slow me down.
Yeah, before, I was in my room a lot. I was couldn't find my identity. I didn't know what to do with my life. I wanted to be an NBA player. I wanted to be an NFL player,
Yeah.
but it wasn't possible. So now finding wheelchair tennis, I'm able to compete at the US Open, Australian Open, and it's just a dream, even for my parents, not knowing what I was going to do when I was going to grow up. So now I think that God's given me this gift, and now it's my turn to shine it and help others who don't know what that is. Maybe they could find it in wheelchair tennis.
I love that. Yeah, that you found, and we all have our own handicap if you think about it. And it's just actually going out and discovering, which looks like what you are doing. You didn't just sit around and go, well, woe is me. What have you learned from your experience with wheelchair tennis?
Yeah, I love that you said that because most kids around the world say, why me? Why do I have this? And for me, I thought that a few times. And once I found tennis and went through all these stages in my life and helped me learn, it was more, I'm happy to be me. I'm happy to have this disability, and it's more of an ability now to inspire others. And that's
Yeah.
what I found. I just not just be an average, regular kid in high school anymore. I'm a, tennis player, and I found that through a disability.
I love that, and it is inspirational because you think about some athletes, they're born with that talent, and a lot of people that maybe might feel that they can't do something don't know until they try. And I love that you've not only tried, but you actually are doing really well at it. You're currently attending ICL Academy. What is ICL Academy? Tell me all about that.
Yeah, so recently this last year, I started attending ICL, which is an online private school for, many athletes or, kids with talents who want to discover their dream. And it's helped me so much as I travel, almost every week through the year. So going in person in school, in my last private school, it was very hard to keep up. So it empowers me to find my dreams and keep working on the road. And also the ICL Foundation supports, athletes like me and other, students, attend the school and, talk to tennis pros like the best in the world, like Tommy has, and, more like Novak Djokovic. So it's amazing being around that. And, they really center around your sport or your dream. And that's what makes the school really special.
This might sound like I don't know, just a way out there question, but what was the hardest thing to actually overcome as you get there on that tennis court? I would imagine movement. What was one thing you're like, you know what, or maybe even something that you're still working on? What's something that you did not really think? I mean, obviously, overall, it would be a little bit more difficult, but is there one thing about this wheelchair tennis that is like, that's your stronghold that you have to really overcome?
Yeah. Definitely the mental pressure part,
Okay.
being a young kid, moving up in the men's division. I'm winning a few junior Grand Slams. I'm already. I really want it now. I want to be the best now. But once you get a few losses under your belt, it's really hard, and you have to work through it and understand that there's a bigger picture in the end, and God has a plan for you. And that's what really I have to learn now is I want everything so fast being young. So understanding that's going to take a few and you can make mistakes is what the hardest part for me is.
Listening to you say this, because if you think about it, really the response I thought I was going to get was like, well, it's kind of hard, moving around the physical stuff. It wasn't even the physical stuff that's saying. It's all about the mental. And I think that is what we can get from you is that, like, you know what, we can overcome anything. It's our mind that slows us down from that. I love that. That's very inspirational. You got some other great advice for young people, maybe anybody dealing with any kind of disability?
Yeah. I'd say, this is a gift. Disability does not have to be something holding you back. Although you might seem different than others, or you might want something that others have. There's a reason for everything that you have. Everything. Maybe you can't walk, maybe you can't do something that other people can, but there's a reason for that. And I feel like it's a greater opportunity because without disability, I wouldn't be here now. Helping others and finding success on a Grand Slam level, talking to Roger Federer. It's just so many opportunities available and they're waiting for you. And so I think just go out there, find a sport, find your local organization, or you could reach out to me and, could get started on wheelchair tennis. And it's a wonderful journey, but that's my inspiration for those.
Charlie, I'm a little upset with you because now I have to actually go out and do stuff. You've inspired me, man, and inspired many others. There's no reason to slow back. Thank you so much for joining us. You're very inspirational. Quickly, any tournaments you got coming up?
Yeah, so currently coming up in Houston next month, a few men's tournaments, and I'm really leading up to Roland Garros and playing the junior division for the first time, and hope I could go 3 for 3 there. That'd be my dream.
Well, you got us in your corner, Charlie. Thank you so much. You can follow Charlie on social media. You can check him out at Charlie J. Coop, and of course, check out the ICL Foundation at the ICLFoundation.org. We'll have these links, this interview as well, on our website at dailyflashshow.com. Welcome back to Daily Flash. Mitch English here. It is Thursday. That means it's time for us to check in with Tony Toscano to find out what's coming out of Hollywood and straight to your screen, no matter what size you're going to watch it on. With the latest, here's Tony!
Thanks, Mitch. New and streaming on Tubi is the generational comedy, The Z Suite.
We are pivoting our focus onto Gen Z.
In certain lighting, I have been mistaken for Gen Z.
What were you thinking for socials?
TikTok. Tic Tacs.
We can create a Boppenberger filter.
She's good.
She's something.
All our clients want is Gen Z.
An ad agency faces a generational clash in work styles between old school executives and Gen Z employees. I chatted with Lauren Graham and Nico Santos.
Is there a lot to learn about Gen Z speak?
Yeah, all of it. There was all of it to learn. And I mentioned a couple things from the show to someone I know who's in corporate culture. And I was like, I don't know, it just doesn't seem believable to me. And he was like, that literally happened to me today. Where like one of the young people was like, I can't work that hard, or I've got to go home, or I've got to, I have a friend who, I keep using this and people think I'm making it up, but I have a friend who had an assistant who called in sick because it was raining. They weren't sick. It was just raining.
Well, it is a comedy about how different the generations are, but it's also as we go along in the season about how similar they are in certain ways as well. So I think everybody's just going to see a piece of themselves in at least one of these characters.
The Z-Suite is a mediocre sitcom at best. The formula's been around forever, and the Z-Suite adds nothing new to the genre, leaving us with a TV show that could have been done in the 1960s. Again, it's streaming on Tubi and gets a C. It's rated TV-14. Streaming on Prime Video is the new comedy murder mystery, F, Marry, Kill.
There's been another murder. What? All the victims all went on dates for maps.
Any of these guys could legit be swipe right and kill you. Okay, I'm going to prove none of them are the killer.
How? Why don't we follow them?
Yes. Hurry. Oh no, that is a torso if I ever saw one. I think I'm dating the killer.
As a serial killer targets women on dating apps, a true crime junkie must figure out which of her 3 dates is trying to kill her. I chatted with stars Virginia Gardner and Lucy Hale.
I love that you referenced Lucille Ball because I feel like I appreciate that in female actors when they're like willing to just go for it and be wacky and not need to look like perfect and pretty, and just I think that you really pushed us in this movie to do that as well, and I just think I recognize that in you. Definitely, it's like you're just such a brave actor and you really don't care, and I think that's a nice quality.
Thank you. Yeah, I love the physicality stuff. It's so fun, and yeah, like you guys were saying, any excuse to be weird and try something you haven't done before, or get messy and messed up is it's so
There was
freeing.
a lot of messy.
Yeah,
A lot of messy.
It's so fun.
F, Marry, Kill is a funny, no-holds-barred diversion film aimed at the frat house crowd like Porky's or American Pie. Again, it's streaming on Prime and gets a B. It's rated R. For the Daily Flash, I'm film critic Tony Toscano.
Thank you, Tony. Nice guy, Adam. Welcome, one and all, to your Daily Digits. Let's jump right into it with your first digit, and that's $366. And it's not the first time we've heard of something this cheesy going on the auction block. Jumpman Cheeto, would you pay over $500 for a Cheeto? Well, someone just might. A flamin' hot Cheeto that looks eerily like iconic Jumpman logo is up for grabs at Golden Auctions. It's currently only going for $366 though, but here's where it gets even crazier. This comes hot off the heels of another auction where a Cheeto shaped like Pokemon's Charizard sold for a mind-blowing $87,000. I did some research here and I found this one. It kind of looks like Jersey. Anybody got anything for it? Anybody? No? James? No? Okay. All right. Oh, God. Tastes like Jersey. All right, your next number is Llama Llama Llama. Of course, it is number 27. Meet White Top, a 27-year-old llama, which is nearly double the average lifespan of a llama. He's been warming hearts at Victory Junction, a camp for chronically ill kids in North Carolina. The camp was founded by NASCAR's Kyle Petty in honor of his son Adam. White Top has been the star at the camp for nearly 20 years. But unlike most llamas, I'm sure when he spits in your face, it means it comes with peace and love. And your final digit today is 65,000. MLB and the NFL might have some competition. 65,000 people packed the stands at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa recently. The Savannah Bananas, if you don't know, are like the Harlem Globetrotter-esque of baseball. They have crazy outfits, games, and the crowd, it goes insane, and a touring rival, the Savannah Party Animals. The crowd proved that audiences are looking for something more when it comes to sports. What do you think about that, Mitch? I mean, 65,000 people to see that.
Let me tell you, they are changing baseball, and I think this is the direction that baseball is going to need to go into, is making it entertaining, and they are incredible. And matter of fact, all of those players actually play on a real team, too. So it's almost like a labor of love. Matt, thank you so much for that. We got more Flash Travel coming up right around the corner. Stick around, you're watching Daily Flash.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome to Daily Flash. I'm Andrea Jackson.
I am Mitch English, again proving that we only say what's on the prompter. It didn't say who says hi, and I got mixed up.
Ron Burgundy.
Yeah, anyway, I'm Mitch English, Andrea Jackson. We've got some fun here for you on Daily Flash. Thank you so much for tuning us in. We love having you around. Looks as if, we don't normally like talking politics, okay?
We don't.
Here on the
It's
show
true.
because
we try and steer clear.
there's no winners when it comes to that.
It's true.
It looks, however, that at least some parties in France, they want back their gift they gave to us.
Isn't this crazy?
This is asinine, but
Some no-name politician in France is trying to make a name for himself.
wants us to give back the Statue of Liberty because of our values, and basically the current administration is going against the values of these French people.
Yeah.
Basically what he says. So he comes out and says, you know what, the United States needs to give us back our Statue of Liberty. It was a gift. We want it back. You guys made it turn green. You didn't take care of it. You threw it out there on that island all by itself.
It's patina. I hate it.
When we gave it to
made
you,
it a
was nice and
tourist
shiny.
attraction.
Yeah, now you got people climbing up in our head.
The
Anyway,
Ghostbusters had it walk through
I
New
can't
York
go
City.
up into the torch anymore. What's happening?
right? And I remember growing up when they restored it. It was a big thing, Lady Liberty. But anyway, back in 1886, it was gifted to us from France. And it's really, if you see a lot of what's happening in the world, people, I guess this is one way for him to get noticed, as you just said.
Yeah.
But on the same token, like I would have no problem. Go ahead and take it back.
Yeah.
If it gets, you know.
You know what? Yeah. But
Do it.
Come
So-
over, pick it up, and take it with you.
So somebody brought this up to Caroline Levitt, the press secretary, and I loved it.
She's amazing.
And I'm telling you, she had almost like in this her back pocket, she had heard about this, but her response to it was like, you know, it's lucky that the French aren't speaking German right now.
Exactly.
So you know what? Maybe we'll keep it.
Nice shot.
Right?
Yeah, I'll give her that one.
So,
I'll give her that one.
but in true fashion, I don't think it's going to happen, and this French politician is just going to give up anyway.
Yeah.
So that's why we throw it away.
Like
that
the
way.
French have morals.
Yes, right.
I mean,
And here's another problem with it is that this is one guy, he might not even, he doesn't represent the whole country, but it's somebody, again, we're hearing about it, and that's generally what happens. So we're not saying all of France wants it, just this
right, just this one particular guy. And I guess if you wanted to get into a debate about, you know, certain behavior and activities between the French people and the Americans, you know, you could go tit for tat.
Can we give the bidet back maybe instead? Or what's other French?
side by side.
You like yours?
I'm
Oh,
keeping that.
Well,
Escargot.
Escargot. Let's give him escargot back.
Let's give him back
Good
the
job.
snails
All right.
and butter.
All right.
We're taking back our subways too, because I saw a bunch of them over there.
But I do like the croissant, so we need to keep that.
We're going to keep the croissant. We'll
And
keep
the
Lady
fries.
Liberty.
And the breeches.
And have
I'm going to skip
escargot.
right over France at Epcot from now on.
And we'll throw in Jerry Lewis because I know they're in.
can-
Let's go up in
you can
the
have 'em.
let's go up in the air. Delta Airlines teaming up with a California startup Jet Zero to launch a futuristic, eco-friendly passenger jet. The blended wing-body aircraft is actually designed to carry 250 passengers, cut emissions, and even lower fuel costs. The U.S. Air Force is actually backing the project with a grant to build a full-scale prototype. Delta is bringing its expertise to make it commercially viable, including designing the cabin. The goal? Well, they want a sleek, quiet aircraft running on sustainable fuel. It could actually take off as early as 2027.
Wow.
I love this idea. I think it's great. I think Boeing needs to stay out of the
No.
design anything right
Boeing,
now.
no.
Bad word.
But with Delta, at least, I guess we'd talk about what the inside of the
cabin would look
cabin
like.
would have
Yes.
to be. I would imagine that's where their expertise comes from. And I think we need to, if you think about it, airplanes really haven't changed as far as design or at least commercial airlines
Right.
in quite some time.
I'm surprised that they didn't find a reason to bring the Concorde jet back. Remember how?
no
I thought they were
kidding,
working
right?
on that.
I thought so too, but I haven't heard anything, and that just, to me seemed like the future of air travel, and then it stopped.
Everybody thought that that's where it was
Yeah.
going to. I mean, and Concorde, you know, I know there's a generation that really doesn't know a whole much about it, but
Yeah.
it could take us from across the
York
pond
to
in
Paris
just
and-
record time.
Yeah.
And movies made about it and everything.
Right.
But this would be neat to see, and I think it's all the creature comforts inside of an airplane. I think that's what is going to get passengers in there, because we're at the point now we're so used to getting from point A to point B
Yeah.
relatively easily.
Yeah.
This is neat to see, right?
I like it. I love the look of it. I think, like you said, we're sort of on this brink of changing what we get used to as far as air travel goes.
We're going to do a little flash travel coming up a little bit later on. Stick around. Time for air, land, and sea. This time it's actually Sea World in San Diego and their brand new attraction, Jewels of the Sea. Okay, here's a quick question for you. What has no brain, 4 stomachs, and is amazing and mesmerizing just to look at? We're talking about jellyfish, and there's a brand new exhibit here at SeaWorld San Diego that's going to tell you that, so much more, plus you'll get up close and personal to these amazing creatures of the sea. Let's go find out more. Come on. And if we want to get all the answers, we get the experts, and that's what they have a lot of here at SeaWorld San Diego. Paige Harriman, who is the supervisor of fish or the aquariums. This thing is so cool. You've got to be excited about it.
So excited. So this is the first of its kind exhibit SeaWorld has opened. Completely immersive experience.
Unique.
Yeah, you'll see all these amazing LED screens around you, and they're going to take you on a journey through the sea with several different chapters taking you through different depths of the sea, essentially.
You know, places that we don't normally get to see with the human eye. This is interesting. The Pacific Sea Nettle, is that the name of it?
Absolutely.
I actually cheated, but you are the expert. These things are incredible just to watch. Tell me a little bit about it. What is a jellyfish? What are they made out of? And how do they survive? And where do they survive?
So Pacific Sea Nettle, these guys are actually a younger jellyfish that you're seeing right in here. They're going to grow to about 30 inches in diameter of that bell. So they'll get really big. They live just off of our coast. So Pacific Northwest on down through Mexico. And if you'll see that floating the little particles in there, that's actually their food. So they're eating right now.
Interesting of the food. Is it basically they eat something different in the different parts of the world? Does that affect the way they look? Or?
Yeah, so different jellies will eat different food sources, and it can change their color completely.
Interesting. Now, these are the small ones. You have some adults here as well, and you check it out. It's opened up on March 15th here at SeaWorld San Diego. I walked by here, and they look like just beautiful creatures. What am I looking at right now?
So these are South American sea nettles, and these are adults, so they're pretty big.
Yes.
You'll see their frilly little oral arms. That's how they eat. And then those trailing tentacles, so that's where they sting.
The little flowing hair, I guess, is what I would call it. That's made of the same material. But those tentacles in the back, what are they doing? Is that their arms? Or?
So the stringy tentacles you see is where they have their nematocysts, which is what actually stings you and captures the prey. So those will capture it and then move it into their oral arms, that frilly part in the middle,
Okay.
and then they'll move that up into their stomachs. So jellyfish actually have 4 stomachs, which is a really neat fact.
Would you imagine they could eat a whole lot?
Oh,
too.
yeah, all day.
Because of their size. There's lots of misconceptions because you mentioned stinging. I'm afraid of jellyfish thinking that's going to happen. They don't really go after you, though, do they?
No, so jellyfish are basically just giant plankton. They go with the ocean currents. They float around. So they're not going to actively seek you out. When you're in the ocean, you're sharing their space. So it's best.
Look at it.
Yeah, it's best that if you see a bloom of jellyfish, you just swim away.
Just stay away from it altogether. Which brings me to my next question, which is probably another misconception. They say if you get stung by a jellyfish, there's a rumor. Is it? You know what I'm talking about, right? Is that the best thing to do, to have a buddy around you?
Favorite question. No, I do not recommend that. So I recommend vinegar. So it'll neutralize the sting. Don't rinse it with fresh water. That can activate the nematocysts and actually make it more painful. So vinegar, if you have it on hand. If you're at the beach, seek out a lifeguard. They usually have it on hand. And then hot water will help relieve that pain.
All right. And, but you're safe from getting stung. Nothing's going to happen here. You also have this incredible tank that I was just sitting there staring at out front here. How tall is that thing? It's very unique.
14 feet. So 14 feet, 1,300 gallons, tallest in the nation.
Paige, this is really, really cool. Just another reason you need to get educated and, of course, have a lot of fun here at SeaWorld. It's opened up. It's available right now. You can come by, and you can come in. No separate charge for this, right? It's part of the exhibit.
Absolutely. It's part of your admission, so you can see this and all of our other wonderful animals in the park.
Man, these are so really, really, really cool. Check it out. You can find out more details on our website at dailyflashshow.com. SeaWorld San Diego. Come check it out. It's Jewels of the Sea.
KSA Entertainment is dedicated to uplifting the communities we serve. Through KSA Cares, we're bringing awareness to the causes that matter most, supporting those who work tirelessly to make a difference. From honoring veterans to championing environmental responsibility, KSA Cares is committed to inspiring positive change. At KSA Entertainment, we're here for the stories that bring us closer. Innovate with us. We can make a difference.
Well, it's time to start planning that summer family vacation. Here to help is travel expert Janine Tornatori. She's teaming up with Visit Florida to share unique ways to create special family memories in the Sunshine State. Welcome, Janine.
Great to be here.
Well, when planning a family vacation, what are some things to consider?
Well, number one, I like to find destinations that are easy to get to. We want to start our vacation right away. And I love Florida destinations because so many of them are so easily accessible. Amelia Island, one of my favorites. It's just a 30-minute drive north of the Jacksonville International Airport, and you're in these stunning beaches. It's great for multi-gen travel. I also love the Palm Beaches. There's 200 daily flights going into the Palm Beach International Airport, and then you're right here on this beautiful 50 miles of Atlantic coastline that runs from Jupiter down to Boca Raton. Both of these are really great options.
So what are your suggestions for creating epic memories for every family member?
Well, for my family, it's all about blending our interests, finding destinations where there's something for everyone. One of the reasons we love the Palm Beaches is because there's great ways to connect with wildlife. There's these amazing wildlife encounters. You can see the Manatee Lagoon, go snorkeling with tropical fish at Phil Foster Park. We've even met sea turtles at the Loggerhead Marine Life Center. And then in Amelia Island, they were actually named the #1 best island in the U.S. There's this great mix of history and adventure here, a charming downtown, everything from horseback riding to sunset cruises, even a 19th century fort that you can explore here.
That's great, Janine. We definitely know about the Sunshine State here on Daily Flash. Well, where can we go for more information?
Yeah, you're going to want to go to visitflorida.com/family. This is their resource that's so great for planning those family vacations in the Sunshine State.
Thanks, Janine. We'll make sure we have this on our website at dailyflashshow.com.
The Rodeo National Championship showcases the best drivers, heavy equipment operators, and technicians nationwide. Here's more.
The competition was fierce, the energy high, and the talent unmatched at the Republic Services 2025 Rodeo National Championship, where the best drivers, operators, and technicians put their skills to the test.
It's an immense sense of pride having a competitor compete at this level. You got a lot of business units around the country that all have great drivers. Seeing one of our best drivers be here is extremely impactful and motivational for our team back home.
These elite competitors took on high-stakes challenges, precision driving, complex diagnostics, and split-second decision-making, all demonstrating the expertise and dedication that set them apart.
It means a lot. You're competing back home to get a chance to come here, and it was quite a surprise when I found out that I made the cut to make it here, so it feels good.
To see more from this year's event, visit BlueNationOnline.com/rodeo. That's BlueNationOnline.com/ROAD-EO. And to explore career opportunities with Republic Services, visit jobs.republicservices.com.
Well, listen, we all know that energy drinks can actually give you that extra drive, but now one company is bringing the spirit of St. Patrick's celebrations to one of the most famous parades in America. Check this out.
The Shannon Rovers wish everybody in Chicago a happy St. Patrick's Day.
In a city renowned for its spirited St. Patrick's Day celebration, Monster Energy went all out in Chicago to ensure the continued launch of Java Monster Irish Cream was as memorable as the legendary patron saint himself.
We're going to be front and center of the parade. We're going to turn the place Monster Green.
From participating in the famous dyeing of the Chicago River emerald green to marching in the parade, the Monster Energy team, alongside the Monster Girls and a particularly mischievous leprechaun, gifted parade goers the creamy addition to the Java Monster lineup from the Java Monster truck.
I'm trying it for the first time today. I didn't know that Monster made coffee. It's so good.
Well, we've got the best Irish-based product on the market out there, so where else would you do it except in Chicago, the biggest party spot on St. Paddy's Day weekend?
See more about Monster Energy, including all of its drinks, at monsterenergy.com.
Grammy-winning star Meghan Trainor is a busy mom. She's balancing her career and her family life. Here are her tips for making it all work.
Between parenting and performing, Meghan Trainor juggles a busy life. Now she's retraining Laundry Day with Arm & Hammer. We caught up with her to learn more.
I'm so excited to partner with Arm & Hammer Laundry Brand to help people reimagine and retrain their laundry routines. As someone who's trying to be eco-conscious and values simplicity, I love how Power Sheets laundry detergent makes doing laundry easier and eliminates plastic bottle waste. Power Sheets is for anyone looking for a mess-free, convenient way to tackle laundry, whether you're at home or you're on the go.
That's why Meghan loves simple solutions, especially as she balances motherhood and a music career.
With my busy lifestyle and having a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, life gets crazy. That's why I appreciate brands like Arm & Hammer Laundry for caring and thinking about us parents. You know, we're busy. We just want to throw that Power Sheet in.
While simplicity is key, Megan is also passionate about making sustainable choices that help reduce waste.
I'm always looking for products that are effective and help reduce waste. And as a mom of young children, convenience is key. It's top priority. But I also want to make sure I'm doing my part to help protect our planet for the future generations.
As part of the campaign with Arm & Hammer, Megan reimagined one of her songs to bring fun to Laundry Day.
Arm & Hammer Laundry and I collaborated on making these lyrics really fun. It's a spin on my song Been Like This, and we turned it into Toss Like This because you take these power sheets and all you have to do is toss it in. Forget about it. It'll clean all your clothes. It's amazing. And it was the most fun I've ever had shooting anything, dancing around, doing laundry, and singing to a different version of my song.
Find Arm & Hammer Power Sheets at Walmart and on Amazon.
There is a new trend for men looking to get their hair back. One 34-year-old guy decided to fly to Turkey for a $5,000 hair transplant. During the procedure, doctors use follicles from a donor area, often located in the back of the head, and embed the follicles into the bald patches. The patient's scalp is numbed ahead of the procedure, which can take up to 12 hours. Experts say it can take up to a year before a patient can see results. Baldness affects about 85% of men by the age of 50.
Oh boy,
My big question is it worth it?
You know, did you see okay, is it worth it?
Yes.
You know, it seems like there's some women say, listen, once you do it, just shave it all off, right?
Yeah.
You have to own it.
I think it's sexy.
But hair is one of the last bastions of a manhood, if you can think about that, that you can see. But there are videos. If you notice how many people are doing it, this is a trend. I've seen this on social media. How many people are going to Turkey and coming back and they're on the airplane and there's like 4 or 5 people that had
with
hair
the bandages,
transplants. Right?
Yes,
and they bleed all the time, and it's really kind of gross. I tell you what, we have got more hair of the dog right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Daily Flash. After being fired, one man resorts to stealing from his wealthy neighbors, but then he discovers what's behind their doors might be more dangerous than he even knew. This is today's must-watch movie, Your Friends and Neighbors.
How are the kids? Oh, they're fine. Wife? Ex-wife.
Well, I gotta deliver some bad news. You're fired.
What?
Viewed from a certain perspective, life boils down to a series of interconnected decisions. You get the house, the cars, the stuff. But how the hell could everything go so wrong so fast?
Has anyone ever told you that you talk a lot?
Well, I misplaced my inner monologue and my wife right around the same time.
How you doing, Coop? You okay?
Hey, you two. Can I just say, I love that you had such a friendly divorce.
Hi.
Hi.
You know, it's getting harder to pretend that nothing's going on.
I just need to know how long I can float on what I got.
6 months, tops.
I'd been thinking. These houses have all this stuff no one would miss for a while, if ever.
Rich guy loses his big job, has liquidity problems, turns to petty crime. That's not savvy, that's stupidity.
Maybe it's just desperation.
That's the first honest thing you've said. I'll give you 65 for it.
Sorry, guys.
Seriously? What were you doing that was more important than this?
For a guy with no job, we sure are busy. If you get caught, there will be penalties.
I needed that money.
Tell me the truth.
It was your job to fight for Mom, for us.
I'm in trouble.
I'll bet.
You ever look at something you've been staring at for so long, you suddenly realize you stopped seeing it a long time ago?
It's not yours if you can't keep it.
What'd you get up to last night?
Oh, you know, not much.
John Hamm, of course, can do anything.
He can, right? He's in everything and always looks great. Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Head to our website for more details.
DailyFlashShow.com. Be good.
you.